For those of you who had to take the assessment, we use that information to help identify classes you can be successful in for your first semester at BCC. All right? So these results only affect usually your first semester. After that, your performance at the college is what we rely on. All right? We do look at your high school record as well. So we're not just relying on this 1 3-hour test that you had to take. We do, of course, look at 4 years of high school and what you did there. Right? So please don't think we're going to rely your whole future or base your whole future on 1 3-hour test. Okay? For those of you who didn't have to take the placement test, it's because you had a senior math class, and it's because you had an 85 or higher in the English Regents. So you were exempt from meeting the assessment. Otherwise, you took the test. We're going to use the test results with your high school background, and your career goals are very, very important when we help select courses for the fall. That's why I asked you right up front, what are you hoping to do while you're here at Broome and beyond? Because we want to give you courses that fit your career goals. Should you need some review courses based on the results of your test, you will take those first. And it's those courses that prepare you to move on and take the higher level courses here at BCC. Right, so if you need a review math, most students, I think it's about 70 to 80% of students entering BCC each year need some kind of math review. Because math is the easiest thing to forget, especially if you took a year or two off from it. So if you need a math review course, those courses allow you to move on to the higher level courses, the college level courses that you need for your majors. Okay? So my physical therapy student, if you choose to go for physical therapy, you need calculus. So if you need some review math to get you to the point of calc, we're going to do that to get you to your end goal. My education majors, which I have a few of you, there's another math that you would take. My liberal arts students usually take statistics, but we'll talk about that in a minute. But the bottom line is, if you need some review courses, it's just to get you ready for those higher level, more difficult courses here at Broome. Your English, English and reading placements are mandatory, meaning you can't negotiate with the advisor. You can't try to convince us that you had a rough day, you really read better or read better than your test results indicate. No bribing the advisors, okay? So math is different. Because you get so rusty in math so fast, we can rely more heavily on high school records, and we can adjust your placement based on what you did in high school. But you read and write every day, yes? Texting, hundreds of messages each day. That's still writing, cryptically, but you're still writing. You're twittering, all those things. So we read and write every day, so those placements are typically very, very accurate. Math, you know. I mean, how many of you are doing geographical, no, that's the wrong thing. Geometry at home, geometric proofs is what I was trying to say. Or how many of you are doing trig functions for fun in the grocery store, right? We don't do those things. We add and subtract each day, but we don't do the higher level math. So that gets rusty. English and reading does not. So if you took the reading portion of the placement test, you either, in this group we're only down here, you either placed in a college success, and it is a college level course. So if you see this on your placement result, it simply means you need to brush up on study skills, okay? So if you placed it in that course, it does count for college credit. It does count toward most degrees, not all, but most. And it helps strengthen test-taking anxiety. Anyone get nervous around exam time? I do. I always did. Still do. I was nervous about today, actually, for my first presentation of the summer. So we get nervous about all kinds of things. So this course helps with test anxiety. It teaches you note-taking skills. For 13 years, we told you not to do what with your textbooks? What weren't you allowed to do in a textbook? Yeah, you can't write in your textbook. That's right, because it was school property, right? We had to pass it on to the next class. Well, when you purchase textbooks in college, what do you think we tell you to do now? Write in your textbooks. So this class teaches you how to do that in an effective way, all right? How to highlight important pieces of material in the text. When I first went off to college, I highlighted the whole page. So then I had a sea of yellow. Well, that doesn't help one distinguish the important information in a text. So it teaches you how to do margin notes in the textbook, how to highlight the salient points. It's a very valuable course. So if you're placed into that, it just means that it's going to support you in your time here at Broome. If you didn't place into it, but it sounds like something you'd want to take, you can always take it. And then if your placement, says college level, it means you're reading at the college level. And you don't need any more coursework in that area. So for those of you who did not take the placement test, did not have to take it, we could tell by your high school record you're reading at the college level based on your grades and your English Regent score. So you are placed in college level. Okay, English placement. So the essay is what we use to place you into one of these 3 English courses. All right, if your writing skills are rusty or it's just always been difficult for you, you might need that English 190 course. You might have placed in English 190, and that is again designed to strengthen your writing skills. Okay. If you place in English 110, that's college writing 1, freshman comp 1, it's called a number of things. And you'll start with that course, English 110. And if you placed in English 111, which is rare, but some students do it, they get a pass on the 110, and they go straight into English 111. All right, and that's freshman comp 2. So we're basically saying, look, you're already writing at English 110 level, you can go right into freshman comp 2. All right. If you took the placement test, I'm sorry, if you were exempt, you were exempt because you had an 85 on the English Regents, all right? So this is for those who didn't have to write the essay. If your Regent score is between an 85 and an 89, then you place in the English 110, all right? If you don't remember your Regent score, we'll be providing it to you in a few minutes. If your Regent score was a 90 or higher, then you get that pass on 110, and you go into English 111. And again, we wrote the Regent score down and corresponding placement, so you will see that in your folders in a few minutes. Math. Math is so broad here at Broome, I'm going to just speak kind of generally. You could have placed into a math 080, 081, 09. Now we have a lot of 0-something classes. It's, again, to strengthen those math skills. All right. Some of you place right out of them into the higher level maths, and obviously we'll go with that placement. But like I said, 70–80% of the students do tend to place into some kind of review math to start. Okay? Not to make you nervous, just to prepare you that it's pretty normal actually. So Math 08 classes are review classes. And again, they're designed to strengthen your skills. And they're brand new, they're fairly new to campus now. They've been in progress, I think, for at least a year. You might take 3 in one semester. Each 08 classes targets a certain skill. So say, for example, you're really weak in geometry. So you can take a class in the 08 series that focuses just on geometry. Get those skills strengthened. Or maybe fractions and decimals always presented a problem for you. There is a 08 class that deals just with fractions and decimals for 5 weeks. So each class lasts 5 weeks, and for 5 weeks you focus on that one topic and get really good at it, all right? You can get as many as 3 of them in one semester, and they run one at a time, so you're never taking all 3 concurrently. So you might do fractions one 5-week period, you might do rational expressions the next 5-week period, then you might find yourself in linear equations the following 5-week. So it's designed to strengthen your skills, but in short bursts of information, and that's all you learn for 5 weeks, so you can't help but get good at it. All right? And again, most of the time they can be scheduled in the same time frame. So you might get that first course at 10 a.m. for 5 weeks, and then the next one starts at 10 a.m. for 5 weeks. So you have math at 10 o'clock all semester, but one class ends, the next one begins. All right, does that make sense? They're confusing, but as you look at them, it'll make more sense. But again, we're trying to just present some background information for now. When you're building your schedule, you'll have help figuring that out if you need them. You might not need them. For students who do, They're really, really well done. They're very successful. Students are having a lot more success with these courses than some of our other math review courses. So if you need them, it's not necessarily a bad thing. A little more math. As you can see, it is quite involved. Your final destination with math, again, that car theme. Either we have the 08 classes or the 09 classes. So depending on how many 08s or 09s you need for review, will then depend when you start getting into the college level maths. Remember I told you the elementary ed majors, we have special math for you guys. It's the math 119, 120. If your career undecided or your profession doesn't require a lot of math, you can go this route, the 115, 116. If you're a liberal arts student, so for example, I'm going to pick up my political science major, Adam, was it? Yes, remember one, all right. Statistics, always statistics for a social science major. So it's important to do statistics as math 124. My physical therapy student, if you go that route, you're going to find yourself heading down this way. Most of the education majors, at least the elementary ed people, will be here. Oh, my chemistry major. Where's chemistry again? Because really you major in chemistry in order to teach it. You'll also be doing upper level math as well. Music, he likes you in at least statistics. Straight liberal arts, John, you're a straight liberal arts, right? And political science is straight liberal arts. Right now we have your liberal arts way figured out. You know, again, this path in here.